Okay, kidlets, so as we're moving on in our journalist writing, again, these are all things that we've been working on, so I'm gonna start helping with you with them, but I want to kind of release you a little bit to try a little bit more on your own. And I've been really happy to see some of the stuff that's been turned in that's looks like you have been trying on your own and trying to reword things, and I'm really proud of you for that. I've been really encouraged by some of the writing that I've seen you guys doing. So number one, cite evidence from the text to tell the meaning of the word report. Okay, so report is in two places. One, it is the first heading, says report. And then it's also, let's see, they can write a report or a report. Here we go. So here the report is in the text. So if we want to know what report is, let's read the whole thing to give us an idea. I'll give you some ideas and start the sentence with you. So, report. How would it feel to miss a birthday party because no one told you? Information needs to be shared. There are boatloads of information. People need to know about the news. A journalist can tell about things that happen. They deliver important information. A journalist can write or report on the news. They share information about what's happening. Okay, so let's look at the sentence the word report is in. A journalist can write or report on the news. Okay, if it's write or report, I'm thinking that both these things are verbs, right? Write means pen and paper or maybe on a computer. And then report must be something different. They both are verbs, and it's something that you do on the news. So if a journalist can write, I think of like a newspaper or maybe a website that they would be writing on. Or report on the news. Well, I know the news, when I think of the news, I think of like a TV channel, maybe a certain channel on YouTube that reports news. So to me, when I hear that kind of report, I think of someone standing there like, and now the weather report, and they're wearing like, you know, maybe they have like a little rain outfit if it's raining, or they're just wearing a suit and they're pointing at the board, showing a map, and here we have the fog coming into the San Francisco Bay. Okay, so a journalist can write or report on the news. Report must be a verb, and it must be similar to write in that it's giving information. But to me, a report sounds more like the important information that maybe it's spoken instead of written. So you can write it or you can speak it. And it's giving, a report is telling important information. Okay? So I'll start that sentence for you. Cite evidence from the text for the meaning of the word report. So we'll start. The word report. Oops, forgot an N. Means to, you could say like to tell information, to speak while giving important facts. You can say the word report is a verb that means to give information, either writing or speaking. Okay, there's a few different things you can write. But the main idea is when you're looking at a word and you don't know what it is, look first at the sentence, then look at the words around it, okay, like important information, news, what's happening. And if it says write or report, report means it's comparing, right? They're two different things. It means that report does not mean write. It means something a little bit different because it's giving you the option. So the words around it can really help you to understand it, even if you have no idea what the word actually means, which is pretty cool. How does the author help the reader understand the word boatload? Okay, so again, we're going to find the word boatload. It's right here. So I'm going to read the whole sentence, and then you can also look at sentences around it to help you if you need to. So it says, there are boatloads of information. Okay, so it's talking about information needs to be shared. There are boatloads of information people need to know about the news. Okay, boatloads. I'm going to look at this kind of like, this looks like a compound word. They took one word boat and one word loads and they put it together. I know what a boat is. I'm assuming they actually don't have like a boat. It's just helping me to visualize what they're talking about. Load. I know a load, like if I say, oh, I have a load of homework, it means like a lot. Or if I have to bring a load of groceries into the house, right? It's a lot of groceries. I have a lot of bags and it's maybe really like heavy. So if there are boatloads of information, I'm not thinking the information is literally like in boats. I think that this is a word that helps me to visualize that there is a lot of information. So I think the author used this word to help me visualize like, whoa, that's a lot. So the word, oh, my pen. Boatload. Helps me to visualize. Ugh, pen. Visualize what? Like, so when you visualize, like when you play it in your head like a movie and you imagine, what do you imagine is happening? Like, how much information is there? Is there like a little bit or is there a whole lot? Okay, so the word boatload helps me to visualize what? Like, what do you picture when they say there's boatloads of information? How does that help you understand what the author is talking about? Number 3, the author used a text feature called headings. How do they help you? So here is the heading: report, then and now, and faster info. How do those headings help you know what's going on? This is something that we've talked about quite a bit recently because most all your distance learning has been informational text because that's vital that you understand it going ahead as you get older. Vital means like very, very important. Report, and then this whole paragraph is talking about reports, about sharing information of what's happening now. Then and now, it's comparing time, then and now. Faster info, this whole thing is about getting information faster, greatly through the use of technology and how that has changed. So I'll start the sentence for you. If it said, how do they help you? I'm going to say, headings help me. I need to get a new pen. I wonder if I put this paper under it, if that would help. Headings help me by, how do they help you? Do they help you know what you're going to be reading about? Do they help kind of give the main idea or the topic of the sentence? Okay, how do they break apart that text? Because it's nice that they breaks you apart into little chunks instead of just being like all words. The headings help you to kind of break it up, tell you what you're going to be reading about, give you a topic for the upcoming paragraph. Number 4, you're doing great, kiddos. What text feature does the author use in the first paragraph? Explain what it helps you understand. Okay. We already talked about how the use of headings, this section before, so I don't think it's talking about headings. In the first paragraph, I do see something else that's not normal to have in a paragraph. These words right here stick out to me quite a lot. What's happening? They share information about what's happening. What is that called? Do you remember when they make the words like really big and pop on the paper like that? Bold. Some of you might have been like, it's bold. This, bold. A lot of times when you're typing too on the computer, you can bold certain words. You bold it when you think like, this is really important. I want this to stick out in your brain and I want you to notice it. What is that book? It's a book. Is it Captain Underpants that a lot of you read? And it has, and that author uses bold writing a lot, right? They'll make words look different ways in order to draw your attention to it and say like, hey, this is important. Notice it. What should Danny do uses bold sometimes too. Sometimes it uses bold because it wants you to emphasize it and read it stronger. Sometimes it's bold because it's like, this is important. Look, look, look. This is like the main idea. Like, you know, pay attention. It's like, look at me, look at me. That's what bold writing does. Look at me. So the text feature that the author uses I'm restating the question. Is bold print. This helps what? What does the bold print help you to do? Does it get your attention? Does it show what's important? What is to you, what does that bold print help you do when you see that the words, what's happening, in bold? Why is that important in this text? Okay. What is the author trying to explain in the third paragraph? 1, 2, 3. The title is Faster Info. Now, journalists have many ways to report the news. Technology has made reporting faster and smarter. It has caused the use of smartphones and computers. It has the effect of many blogs, websites, and different apps. For the news, technology is the reason a journalist can share more information on a daily basis. Okay, I'm going to let you guys do this one on your own. What's the author explaining in the third paragraph? Use the heading, use the sentences, and summarize it into one idea of what the author is explaining. You got this.